I want to tell our viewers that what you're looking at right now is video that was shot from Newscopter 7 earlier on this morning, probably about 10 or 15 minutes past 9 o'clock. If you're just joining us, I want to recap while NJ regroups. What you're seeing now are some shots from Newscopter 7 right after 9 o'clock, right around 9 o'clock, actually. The call came in of shots fired right out in front of the Empire State Building. Police and emergency crews and the FDNY tell us they were on scene within minutes. As you would imagine, there are a number of firehouses, and the police are all over that area, so they responded very quickly. What we have now that they've been able to sort out some of this is 10 people injured in this shooting. Doesn't mean all of them were shot. We know at least 4 people were shot. We're getting that from police. At least 4 people shot, 10 injured. As NJ so astutely points out, some of the people could have possibly been injured running away from this scene. We're hearing from police that of the at least 4 people who were shot, what did you just tell me? In the lower body and the legs area. We still don't know how this went down, but police do tell us they returned fire and hit who they believe was a gunman. Earlier on, Newscopter 7 was over it. They had a man on the ground handcuffed. At that time, he was most likely shot. And then eventually they covered him up with a sheet. So it looks like police have returned fire and shot and killed the gunman who was in the area. 10 people injured, at least 4 shot, many of the injuries to the lower body and the legs. The people who were shot were taken to different hospitals, Bellevue and St. Luke's. The gunman who police shot, who they tell us they shot, is still there at the scene, obviously covered up. Yeah, NJ just gave us that new information that we're hearing EMS confirming that 2 people are dead. We know one of them is the suspect. Police have told us that. I guess we are to assume that one is a victim as well. That's awfully sad. Up until this point in the morning, for about an hour and 20 minutes, we've known that police shot and killed the suspect, but we knew nothing about the conditions of the victims. They were all taken to the hospital, and we now know presumably one of them has died.
Yeah, and that makes the story all that much worse. And the other thing that we have to keep in mind is while we know that 4 people total plus the suspect were shot, we now know one of those people has passed away, but we don't know the extent of the injuries to the other people. We felt a little bit optimistic when we were over the scene and saw some of the people being taken away on stretchers, some of them talking to the EMS personnel that were working on them, so we assume those to be some of the less extensive injuries. But we really don't know just how bad the injuries were that were sustained in this shootout that happened right in front of the Empire State Building. Now, if you'll allow me a liberty here for a second, I just want to, Phil, show you've been mentioning that the Empire State Building opened up at 8 o'clock in the morning, and we know that this is a tourist attraction, and in the middle of the summer, just before school gets back, so many people here. We're just going to bring you up to the observation deck to give you an idea of how many people were already on the observation deck of the Empire State Building, roughly at about the time that this happened. So it sort of paints a picture of how many people would have been on street level as well, trying to filter in to the Empire State Building. So you can see a lot of people, even now at just after 10 o'clock in the morning, people flock to the Empire State Building, and the way they get there is at 5th Avenue and 34th Street, so you can imagine this was teeming with people. So now that we know that this was in fact a workplace dispute, how many of the victims were involved in the dispute, and how many victims were just victims of circumstance at the wrong place at the wrong time?